I know it might seem boring, but this is what helped me start off, right? This is what helped me figure it out. And the best way, I don't know it's boring, the best freaking way to start doing this is to get a piece of paper and a pen and just write down the type of man you want to be and the type of life you want to have. Before you decide on a business, before you decide on any of those things, you have to first decide what you want. And I'm not talking about what's your passion, because passion, bro, it's hard to find your passion. It's hard to find that thing that you might like, right? But sometimes it's right in front of us, and we just don't want to acknowledge it. So when you put yourself into that world where you are imagining yourself in the future, imagining what you could be, you start creating this vision of what you want to be. What type of man do you want to be to your kids, to your wife, to your mother, right? To your family? What type of man you want to be for yourself, for others? Do you want to be someone who helps others? Do you want to be someone who helps others outwardly, where everyone can see you as their help? Do you want to help people secretly, right? It's so many variables that go into this aspect, but all you have to do is write it down. Brainstorm. Sit down, get off your freaking phone, get off the computer, take a piece of paper and a pen, and write down everything that you want, every desire that you want. And not only that, write down what you believe you are good at, what you believe in. If you want to be someone who follows Jesus and makes videos about it, don't be scared to express that. Try it out. Don't be scared. You have to be completely unfiltered while you're doing this, because you're just selling yourself short of what you can actually be in this world. So take a piece of paper and a pen and write down the life you want. Once you wrote down all the things, the list of the person you want to be, the business you want to have, the things you believe in, right? You envision this whole life in this piece of paper. You're going to take this piece of paper and you're going to take another one and you're going to write down habits that you think will help you reach that goal. Habits that you know that if you do this every day, you will get closer to being that person, to getting that business, right? So it's going to be a short routine, because if you think that you're going to go from playing PS5 and eating Cheetos every night, you're going to go from that to just ultra discipline, you're not. I wasn't capable of that, and that's why I failed. And I have a literal notebook full, probably hundreds of routines that I created every time boom, I'm motivated, let's go do this, let's go do that, right? And all of those routines have one thing in common. They all have a big routine. It's full of extreme workouts, extreme hours of studying. Like, bro, you're not a millionaire already. That's a millionaire's routine. You are starting off as a nobody. You have to humble yourself, and it hits your ego, because it's like, okay, I can do so much more, but why am I doing so little? The thing is, it's all about compounding. That's all you need. Minimum of 4 habits, no more than 8 habits. And all of those habits have to help you in some way, shape, or form get to the goals that you set out in that piece of paper. Get to that person you want to be and to that business. So, for example, I want to be physically strong, right? The man I am is a man that is strong, that is capable. So I'm going to do strength training, right? I'm going to train so I can get stronger. If I want to be a fighter, if I want to be capable of protecting myself and others, I'm going to practice Muay Thai, practice kickboxing, MMA, boxing, whatever. Take that piece of paper, create the habits that you need for that goal, for that future that you made for yourself in that piece of paper. And all you have to do is follow a minimum of 4 to 8 habits. And I get it, right? It's small things, but these small things add up. If you say you're going to read the Bible, even if you read one single verse, you read the Bible, right? You gotta start slowly. Doesn't matter if you do 10 push-ups. You did a workout. Even if it's small, even if it seems insignificant, even if before that you could work out for 2 hours like it was nothing. Right now, you're a lazy piece of shit that's not doing nothing for his life. So you gotta start from the bottom. And the best analogy I can give you to this is, imagine there's a flight of stairs, and people who make big routines and do big workouts and are motivated out of nowhere, they watch some Andrew Tate and they're like, oh shit, adrenaline's pumping, let's hit this shit. Once they go up the stairs, they're skipping steps. They're going 2 steps at ahead, but they're going faster, right? So you might think, oh, well, you get to the top faster if you go 2 steps ahead, right? Yeah, the faster you go, the higher the risk of you tripping over and falling all the way back down is, right? And most of you get all cocky, say, oh, I just watched David Goggins, I'm gonna go run 5 miles. And once you're at mile 2 or half of mile 1, you're pissing yourself off because you couldn't believe you thought you could do that shit. So then you fall back down, you get depressed, you start watching porn, you start to do nothing but poison your mind. So get over yourself, get humble, and understand that slower is faster, and that every day that you keep yourself accountable and you keep yourself consistent, even if you don't do as many push-ups as you wanted to, you still did the push-ups. And that is the breaking point. Once you keep doing it, even if you don't do it to the level that you want, but you still did something, in the long run, you're gonna, that cap of, okay, yeah, I'm just doing 20 push-ups this week. Then you're like, man, I want to do more. And you do 50, and then the next week you do 100, and then the next week you do 200. And you keep on leveling up slowly, but it's slow at that beginning. Once it's been a couple of months, once it's been one month and a half, 2 months, it's gonna feel like cake. It's gonna feel easy to continue all those things. It's gonna feel like it was never a challenge, right? Because you're so used to it, because you're used to doing it every day, not once every couple of weeks like you did when you got that motivational burst, right? The next thing you need, this is it. This is it to complete everything, to keep yourself accountable, to be responsible for your own actions, is to set a time and place, right? If one of your habits is working out, set a time to work out and set a place to work out. There's always one time of the day that you're never working. Even if that time of the day is at 4 a.m. Even if that time of the day is 12 a.m., right? Doesn't matter what time of the day it is. You do what you say you're gonna do. Or even if you do have a random schedule, okay? You get your schedule every beginning of the week, right? Every Monday or every, Friday. You get your whole schedule for the next week. So you can plan out your workouts. You can plan out your habits because you have it. What else are you gonna do? Waste time playing freaking Fortnite all day? Set a time and a place for those habits, and you will become military type discipline. And I'm gonna talk about discipline and duty in the next video. So stay tuned for that. But for now, focus on these 3 pillars of how to get your shit started. Get a piece of paper and a pen. Write everything that you want in this life. Vision it, see it, believe it. Create habits, no more than 8, no less than 4, and make those habits correlate and help you in some sort of way with the vision that you had for yourself in that piece of paper. And after that, create a routine where the time and place is consistent. I work out at this gym at this time, or I work out at this room of my house at this time. Be specific with it, because every time you might think, oh, the time and place, I can just do it whenever. Yeah, you can. Once you say to yourself, I'm going to do this at this time, this place, this day, once you tell yourself that, your brain automatically gets in, unconsciously gets you into that mood where I know that this time of the day, I have to work out. I have to read that book. I have to meditate. I have to pray. Doesn't matter what it is. If you set a time and a place and you stick to it and you tell your brain, I'm in control, nothing can stop you. Follow these 3 pillars, and I promise you, everything that you thought you couldn't do, you will do.